United. If you actually have questions about that game, I mean, that is going to be hard work for you guys to come up with questions about that game.
We'll take opening comments.
No, the opening comment is, look, that was a team on a back-to-back with 8 guys, and the game went as it should. There were a few moments there I wasn't real happy with, but, you know, I mean, the game went as it should.
The moment you weren't happy about was the 3-point not closing out on shooting.
Well, yeah,
How's that? How's that question?
Yeah, I mean, you know, again, we give up 10 threes. I mean, it's been a problem all year. I don't know. We'll keep working at it. We don't do a good job at the 3-point line at all.
Dan, as a coach, can you imagine what it would be like to dress 8 guys for a prolonged period of time?
Well, the number is not a problem to me. I mean, 8, a lot of people only play 8 every night. It's who the 8 are that's important. I mean, if the 8 are your top 8 guys, then I don't think that's a problem. In some ways, that part makes it easier. You know who's going to play. Nobody's worried about minutes. There's certainly no bitching. You know, your rotation's easy, but it's a matter of they've been decimated. There's no Monte Ellis. There's no Corey Getty. You know, Kalina Azubuike went down early in the year. You know, they're calling guys up from the D-League who are doing a good job. You know, I mean, Oliver, Hunter, now Reggie Williams. They're doing a great job with all those guys, but, you know, I mean, you're going to struggle when you're 8 guys and, you know, a lot of them are just coming up, getting their first taste of the NBA. They're working hard and they're playing well, but you just don't have enough. It's not the number. People get carried away with that. I mean, give me the right 8, you'll be fine.
And this was the 3rd consecutive game in which you played Brandon Bass and played him early. Is that a function of matchups, or is it a function of something else?
A little bit of both. I think that, you know, it sort of started with a matchup thing, but also just to get a different element in the game. We're struggling from the 3-point line. You know, we had one good game in Philly the other night, but, you know, we've been really struggling, and so just to get a guy who plays the game offensively a little bit differently. But also we have been playing teams that are very, very quick at the power forward spot, and so I think Brandon's got more quickness to be able to handle that. I like both of those guys. They're very different. But once we saw the matchup thing and talked about it, then I wanted to give Brandon some games, not just one game and then off for another 2 weeks and see what he could do. I thought he was a lot better tonight than he has been, a lot more active. I thought made some real hustle plays, got on the boards. You know, that's the element that he can bring to us. We know what Ryan can bring. So, you know, I think we need to have them both ready headed into the playoffs, because depending on what the matchups are, either one of them could be the guy in a playoff series. And so I won't sit. Ryan's not going to sit now for the last 20 games. I can tell you that. I mean, I'm going to do everything I can to have both of them ready to go so that we can, you know, make a decision based on who we're playing.
Nick looked up some stat about 2 years since Dwight's played a game where he didn't foul. How good was it just to have a game where he kind of broke out and had to kind of feel good?
Well, yeah, that was good, and you know, they didn't really have anybody to go to in the post offensively, and you know, yeah, I mean, it's great that he didn't foul. I mean, you know, 1 or 2 fouls wouldn't have made any difference to me, but it was good that he wasn't in foul trouble, and they played him one-on-one for a good part of the game, and you know, it was good for him. I mean, you know, he didn't have people swarming around him until later in the game, and he could just play very comfortably and easily.
Anything else? Thank you.